that all is well with everybody out there in this YouTube world and everything. My name is Lord Supreme. For those of you that are chiming in soon, thank you for chiming in and watching. I really appreciate you guys. But this is something I have to say to anybody that deals with any topic, subject matter, whatever the case may be. Whatever pertinent subject you want to sit here and make known to the world that you know. I cannot stress this enough, and I'm not gonna stress it enough. Today's math is telling you everything that you need to know. Wisdom, power. The reason why you have to be wise with the power you got, that's because you are in a mode of expressing the truth and the form of which you are presenting it verbally, or you're writing it out, or you know what I'm saying, you're literally expressing it physically in what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're showing people how to see the truth in its purest form. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying to you guys is this. Wisdom power means this. If you want to tell it all. Tell the truth. Meaning, wisdom power means Instagram, Twitter, whatever snap, it doesn't matter. If I'm sitting here explaining something to you, the next step of me explaining it to you is to show you and improve it to you. Because the worst thing that you want to do on this platform is get your ass chewed out by people that have the knowledge, can express the knowledge righteously, and then explain it and break it down to you in a way where there is substantiating evidence and there is verifiable proof that what that person is saying or expressing or writing down or whichever way they're doing it, vocalizing it, is true. There's nothing worse than the end. It's like a person telling you the benefits of fruit, but yet not breaking it down. What benefits do fruit bring? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this beneficial? Why is this helpful? What does this do to the body? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to realize that there are people out here that have no knowledge on the things that you might be talking about. They might be looking at you like, oh, this is something I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? And here he is explaining it. So now I have the best of both worlds, him explaining it and also breaking it down. Yet, if you do not explain it, what ends up happening? You look pretty much stupid. Why? Because at the end of the day, who's going to sit there and really listen to you? Talk a bunch of gibberish or jargon that you have no substantiating evidence or irrefutable evidence that you can't prove. We can't sit here on nobody's platform. You can sit there and be whatever you want to be on a platform. However, I'm advising brothers that have these debates or these back and forths on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snap, wherever, to please make sure that you are saying what you mean and meaning what you're saying, and also proving it and showing it to the world. Because let me tell you something. There's a lot of reasons why there's $1 million YouTubers. There's reasons why there's a lot of YouTubers that have a lot of views, because they're breaking things down to the individual that's watching it. It might be me. It might be you. So what am I saying? That you need to be able to have a substantiating foundation that shows and proves that what you're talking about is true. You cannot be sitting here talking a bunch of gibberish, jargon, or some shit that it makes sense and it sounds philosophical. Like somebody's like, wow, that wow. Like, no, nobody wants to be wild and ooh. Somebody wants to be like, okay, well, let me go look that up and check out what he's talking about. That's what you want to do. You don't want somebody to sit there and say, what is he talking about? I don't understand what he means. Because then that means that you are losing your audience. That means that you do not have the evidence, the irrefutable evidence at that, to prove what you're saying is true. Now, do you want that to happen, or would you rather have somebody sitting here looking at you like you know what you're talking about? I would rather have somebody looking at me knowing what I know, what I'm talking about, saying that he's right and exact, and everything he's saying is right and exact. Because we are in the year of 2023. Wisdom, understanding, showing and proving to the world of what we're saying, what we're doing, and how we're expressing it. Because if we're not expressing it in a way where the understanding is clear, concise, and to the point, then that shit that's a I look at it as a dead yet vain thought that wasn't fully resurrected properly. Because if you're like putting thoughts together and you're just trying to freestyle shit, I mean that's not proper. That's not proper. I mean, in some cases yes, some cases no. It all depends on the subject matter. The important aspect of building or conversing or having conversation with people out in the world on different platforms, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snap, is for them to grasp the concept of what you're saying and what you're doing and how it makes sense and how can you correlate this all into somebody else's life and tie it into your own life and how it worked for you and how it helped change and shape and mold the way that you look at situations. Not just, yo, yeah, we're going to be talking about Eurocentrism and Afrocentrism and Pan-Africanism and all this other shit, causing all these schisms and dissensions amongst each other because y'all motherfuckers can't prove the shit you talking about. That shit looks dumb. And listen, I'm gonna be real truthful and honest. One thing about me, when they tell you, let me let you know like this. When you hear this phrase, stick to the script, do exactly what that's saying. Stick to the fucking script. Meaning, stick to the shit that you know. That you can be able to prove without a shadow of a doubt, without even sitting here debating whether or not it's true or not. Because at the end of the day, somebody's gonna call you out on what you're saying. They're gonna look at you and say, hey yo, it seems like to me the subject you're talking on, you don't have enough evidence to prove it. The key element in anything in life is proving it. Why? Because if you prove it, then that means that there's no debate. There's nothing up for discussion. If you're talking about, let me tell you something. If you're talking about mathematics, a certain branch of mathematics, you got to break that shit down in real life and make it applicable to the person that's listening to you. How does this apply to my life? How can I use this in a relevant way where it helps identify the things that's going on in my life and helps me solve the problems in life? You can't sit up here and tell somebody that, oh, this Eurocentrism and this African and this Pan-African shit is fucking with your brain and you being brainwashed when all of a sudden you're not explaining why people are being brainwashed and what's causing them to be brainwashed and what is the element in the procedure in being brainwashed. I don't sit up here all day long and be on this shit. I don't. I do my little videos, you know what I'm saying, because I stick to the script of my Supreme Mathematics and my alphabet and my 120. Because anything outside of that, I'm breaking down. I brought it all the way through 120. I brought it all the way through Supreme Mathematics. I brought it all the way through Supreme Alphabet. I broke it down through my lessons. I made sure that the shit that I'm talking about makes sense and is sensible. Meaning that you can feel it, meaning I feel what he's saying. I can relate to that. That what he's saying right there is right. He's real right about that. He's not lying. You feel what I'm saying? Today's degree in the 1 to 40 says, how long did it take for him to make devil? And the answer is 600 years he was in process of grafting him from the black man. That means it's not just the grafting or the eugenics process, it's also what comes out of your mouth. If you sit here, there's two types of power on this planet: the truth and a lie, and they both hold weight and they both hold power. One can disrupt your well-being, and one can help your well-being. One can disrupt you from learning the actual truth because people are actually straying you away from civilization and putting you into what? Destruction. The other one is going to be able to help you further your education and bring you closer to what you need to learn. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm not going too far into this. I just wanted to build on this because this is really bothering me because, you know, I'll be seeing brothers on Facebook and I'll be seeing brothers on Instagram going back and forth with 1,000 fucking posts and just them two arguing. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is the sense of it? If you can't prove what you're saying, then don't bring up the subject. If you can't prove it without a shadow of a doubt, don't talk about it. If you can't show substantiating evidence, you can't cross-reference everything, you can't bring it to light, and you can't show why this is what it is and why is it true, then don't talk about it, period. Because then you're going to look like a dumbass. That's just the fact of the matter, all right? So I'm going to end with this. Before you open your mouth, before you say anything, before you express anything, make sure that you're well-rounded in what you're doing and how you're going about doing it. Because the worst motherfucker is the person that sit here and think they know it all and try to prove it, and then when somebody checks you on it, you can't prove it. Then you looking like like you stuck. You feel what I'm saying? Nah. Show and prove that shit. This is the year of that. Peace to the Law 5% Nation. Keep building, keep teaching, teach the babies, and get money. Peace.